Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go with Yin Yoga and your fourth or kind of third self-care Yin Yoga practice where we are holding for longer amounts of times, up to 5 minutes per pose, and doing just a couple of poses. And today we are definitely getting into those shoulders and the arms and your low back. Remember, you can come in and out of poses as you need to. I am going to suggest a bolster or some blocks for one of the poses, although this practice can be done without any props at all. Now is a great time to set an intention for your practice. What do you want to feel like at the end of this practice? What do you want to get out of this practice? Again, I'm offering you self-care. I'm going to offer a couple of self-care actions that you can take, very simple, not time-consuming, during the practice. But it can be whatever you would like to be. Go ahead and gather up your props, meet me back on your mat or bed, and come into an easy seated position. Closing your eyes if it feels safe and comfortable for you to do so. And just beginning to notice your breath. Beginning to breathe in and out through your nose. Maybe noticing how your breath feels cool as it comes into your nose. And warmer when it goes out of your nose. Maybe noticing your breath beginning to slow down. And just stay with that. Notice what comes up for you as I read you this short quote from Paulo Coelho. When you say yes to others, make sure that you are not saying no to yourself. It's kind of a variation of the put your face mask on before you put face masks on the rest of your family, right? Because we can't give from an empty cup. All those things. Excuse me. Continue breathing in and out through your nose. And then slowly blink your eyes open if they were closed. We are going to begin with quarter dog. I am not going to use any props for that. So in case, if you're familiar with melting heart, as it's called in Yin Yoga, it's very simply coming into a tabletop position, walking your hands out in front of you, bringing your chest down towards your mat. You can also grab that bolster, you can put it under your chest, you can put it under your hands. But for today, what we're going to do, don't go into that, we're going to spread one hand out and take the other hand, bend the elbow so that the forearm will be parallel with the top of your mat. And that is why it's called quarter dog. So come into your tabletop position. Speaking of dogs, I've got Bandit. Take one arm, doesn't matter which one, just remember which one it is, and stretch it out, maybe taking your head down towards the mat. Bend the elbow of the other arm, and I'm going to place my forehead onto the top of my hand. Hips are approximately over your knees. I hope that you're feeling a really large stretch across your back. Maybe you notice how that allows you to take deeper breaths. You can also place a block underneath your forehead if that feels more comfortable. Last couple of breaths here. And then slowly take the outstretched hand back underneath your shoulder. Come back into your tabletop position. Maybe take any small movements you need. You may feel a lot of muscular tension that's built up. Maybe just making little circles with your body in one direction and then going in the other direction. Go ahead and stretch the opposite arm forward. Bend the elbow of the other arm, and go ahead and take your head down to that hand, to a block, to a rolled up blanket, whatever feels right to you. And our first self-care action is to go outside and watch a sunset or a sunrise. It's one of my favorite things to do. Unfortunately, I don't get to do it too often. It kind of reminds us how self-care doesn't have to take long. Sunrise and sunset does not take a long time. It's over in just minutes. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just get out of your house and watch. And see if you can relax your muscles as much as possible. And can you breathe deeply into the back of your heart? And remember, if you need to come out of the pose briefly, it's perfectly okay. Come back in when you're ready. Last couple of breaths here. Again, drag that forward hand back. Come back into your tabletop position. And then go ahead and take your hips to rest on your heels. And I'm going to suggest taking your hands back towards those hips. Those palms are up. And we're here for just a minute. And last breath here. And slowly bring your hands under the shoulders. Come up into a kneeling position. If you have a bolster, go ahead and grab it now. Put it up towards the top of your mat. We're coming into thread the needle, which a lot of people I'm sure are familiar with because it's not just a Yin Yoga pose. It's not really a Yin Yoga pose, but it will definitely stimulate your metal element, your large intestine and lung meridians. So in this case, normal thread the needle, you reach up with one arm and take it underneath the other arm, right? And you can do that, right? And you're going to bring your shoulder down. In this case, we're going to take one hand onto the bolster and then reach up and come under. And I'm going to put the side of my head onto the bolster. And the arm that is underneath the other arm, you can press into your index finger, and that is going to help to balance out the large intestine meridian. And we're already pressing into the shoulder, and that is going to help to balance out a little bit your lung meridian. No, actually it's larger. I misspoke. It's actually also, both points are going to help balance out your large intestine meridian. But you are getting into the lung of the outstretched hand. Large intestine runs along the outside of your arm, and the lung intestine meridian runs along the inside of your arm. Last couple of breaths here. And then slowly take the outstretched arm back, press into your elbow to come up into a tabletop position and just sit back on your heels for a minute. And let's come into the second side. Stretch one arm forward. And take the other arm up. Bring it through underneath that arm. Take, if you're using that bolster, take the side of your face to, I need to walk my knees back just a little bit. And the self-care action I am suggesting, the second one, is to sunbathe. Just a little bit. I like to go, when I can, I go out in the middle of the day around noontime, and I will spend 20 minutes outside without sunscreen on. Now you do you. If you want sunscreen on, totally fine. But we do need some natural vitamin D in our lives. You can take pills, which I do, but it's not the same as getting your vitamin D from direct sunlight. Now remember, I'm not saying go out and sit there for hours. That's not a good idea. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly take that top hand back towards your shoulder, press into the palm. Bring yourself back upright, sit back on your heels. Notice how you feel. Notice if you feel as though you've created more space in the back of your body, more space in your arms and shoulders. And from here, you can grab your bolster if you like to use it in Savasana under your knees, where I'm going to sit up on mine and keep time for you as you are relaxing into your Savasana. Now is a great time to bring your attention back to the intention you set at the beginning of this practice. I offer self-care and also strengthening our shoulders, our arms, and our low back. And I will absolutely be honest, these poses were challenging to hold for 5 minutes. Maybe they weren't for you, but they were for me. I don't normally hold them that long. But I'm finding that the simplicity of just a couple of poses held for longer can really go a long way and make a difference in your life, just like those self-care actions I offered, which was sunbathing, quote unquote, getting some natural sunlight, getting your vitamin D, and watching sunrise or sunset. And I'd also like to just read you the quote I shared at the beginning from Paulo Coelho. When you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself. You have done such a great job showing up on your mat and moving through these challenging poses and longer holds. Now just reap the rewards as you rest in your Savasana until you hear me speak again. Feel free to stay in Savasana for as long as you feel comfortable in it. Maybe pausing this video to relax into it deeper. If you're moving on into the rest of your day, go ahead and allow your breath to deepen, bringing yourself back into the moment you are in right now. Our practice today was centered around the middle element of fall. And that is the element that is associated with grief and sadness. So I've shared a lot of practice that are centered around that this summer. You can find them in a playlist about grief that I will link up at the end of this video. I'll talk about that in just a minute. And the metal element is also a really good one to work on in fall, especially if you're prone to flu or colds, or just getting sick in the fall. It's really good to make sure that your metal element is strong. And begin to take any small movements you need to move back into your day. And join me back in a seated position when you are ready. Inhale, take the palms of your hands together in front of your heart, taking the thumbs into your heart center. Fingers point up towards the heavens. head slightly bowed over your hand. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. May you stay healthy during the fall season. And slowly blink your eyes open, taking in your mat and raising your head to take in the rest of your room and allowing your hands to relax onto your lap or onto your thighs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel maybe the poses were challenging for you too, as they were for me, but maybe now you feel like you can take a deeper breath, that you have created more space for bring in fresh energy into your life so that you can go out into the rest of your day and feel energized and ready to take on whatever comes your way today. Right about now, a couple of suggested videos are going to show up on your screen. One is a short vlog on the target areas of the Metta element. Another is a vlog also on the Metta element. And like I said, I will also link up the Yin Yoga playlist for grief. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.